Next episode, next story. Let's do this. If an anime is missing these 5 things, it's not making the list of the greatest. Period. There's often a lot of debate about which anime are in the big 3 or the top 5. I've given my list of my 10 favorite anime, but I've never made a list of which ones I think are the greatest. And see, that's y'all problem now. Y'all think because an anime is y'all favorite, that it's also the best. Nope, you gotta be able to separate the two. Here is how I define a great anime and why. Number 5, rewatchability. You watched it once and never watched it again. Was it really that good? A great anime makes you want to run back like it's your first time. Take Attack on Titan, for example. The layers, the twists, the foreshadowing is so convoluted and brilliant that you just need to rewatch it to catch what you missed, and it hits every single time. Number 4 is character development. To me, it's not important that an anime gets it right from the start. I actually don't mind when authors make drastic changes as long as there's some kind of character development and growth. This means more than just the main character though. Yes, they are important, but there's no story with just one person. Everyone has to grow and change in some way. That is how a story cohesively progresses. An example of this is My Hero Academia. We literally saw the show premise switch from being about Deku becoming the greatest hero to everyone becoming the greatest heroes. I would argue in terms of supporting character development being shown, this show does that the best. Number 3 is the emotional payoff. Shows don't have to be emotional, but they do have to be worthwhile. We have to be invested enough to want to know the resolution and consequently either approve or disapprove. That's right. It doesn't actually have to have a good ending. It just has to make us care about the ending. For example, the end of Death Note was met with all kinds of critiques that are sometimes talked about more than the actual show was. People still debate about it. Number 2 is the cultural impact. Now, just a disclaimer, I actually do not believe that fans can ruin a show. Yes, some fandoms are annoying, but that's never actually stopped me from watching the show or liking it. However, for a show to be great, it must have some kind of undeniable impact. If it shapes any creator or work that follows it, changes the perception of a real world topic, is critically acclaimed, etc., it deserves recognition as one of the greats. Sailor Moon shattered the damsel in distress trope, redefined the magical girl genre, and gave us queer representation when no one else was. That is cultural impact. Dun, 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 dun. Number 1 is standing the test of time. An anime cannot be great if it's only great while it's airing. How you define the test of time can be different, but for me, that just means it ages well. If a show ages well, if people still talk about it, people still recommend it, create for it, there's spin-offs, sequels, that's greatness. Cowboy Bebop is the blueprint. Still has a cult following and it's still unmatched. So if you put these 5 things together, you just might have yourself a hit. What are your non-negotiables for a GOAT anime? When one arc ends, another one begins. See you next time.